Ethos of Silence.
A veteran podcast aims to amplify the voices of veterans, creating a safe space for authentic conversations about their experiences, challenges, and triumphs. We seek to break the stigma surrounding mental health and foster community support, resilience, and understanding. Through storytelling, expert insights, and candid discussions, we strive to inspire healing, promote awareness, and empower veterans on their journeys.
Welcome. Ethos of Silence. All right. So who do I have with me today?
Joey Cernich.
Awesome. So you said you did 20 years in the Army?
20 years.
Wow. That's impressive. What do you want to talk about your service?
What do you want to know? I'm open book, whatever you want to know.
Well, I mean, you've been to Iraq, so let's start at the beginning. How was training? Where did you go to basic?
Started out in the Army at Fort Benning, Georgia.
Okay.
As a parachute rigger, which is kind of weird because
cool.
It was mostly all infantry guys there.
Yeah.
So they was trying out a new thing, putting other MOSs and basic training down at Fort Benning at the time. So
that
was pretty cool.
Let me switch gears real quick. Where were you on September 11th?
I was in Korea.
You were in Korea on September 11th.
Stationed in Korea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I joined in 1999. So
how'd that work?
So when I was in Korea, funny story.
That's what we're here for.
I'll get into a funny story. The weekend before, my roommate had beat up an MP. So we all got drug out the barracks.
Yeah.
And we got lined up so the MP can come find out which parachute rigger beat him up. Happened to be my roommate. Fast forward a week. September 11th happened.
Okay.
They drag us all out of the barracks. We thought
somebody else beat
up an MP. So we're all sitting there, and then they tell us 9/11 happened, and some of us had to go get pull guard, and others got put on rotation, pulling guard at the little bitty base that we were on. So
yeah,
it was kind of weird, just because it was in the middle of the night for us. For most people, it was during the day. For us, it was in the middle of the night.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. So,
okay, cool. So, where did you go? So you did basic training, but then what kind of advanced training did you do that after for your job? Where'd you go? How was that schooling?
So how parachute works is parachute rigger works is you go to basic training, you go to airborne school first.
Okay.
Then you go to AIT because you have to jump in AIT because you jump your first parachute. So kind of your confidence builder of you packing a parachute. So that was in Fort Lee, Virginia, the parachute rigging school. Then my first duty station was Fort Bragg.
So is that something you're still into? Is jumping?
Nah, I kind of got out of it after I retired. Bad on your knees and your back, bro.
Okay. So how many? I see all your stuff over there. How many times you jumped? Like
I got like 250 something.
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that number. So.
Okay.
But I did static line and military free fall. So.
Okay. Well, tell me the difference in that. What is that?
So static line is basic airborne course. So you go in, you hook yourself to the plane, jump out, and the static line pulls you out. It pulls your parachute out. Military free fall is like skydiving. Like
okay.
Most people think skydiving. So
that's
you just
cool.
Jump out, you pull your own.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
All right. So how were your deployments?
First deployment to Iraq was out of Fort Bragg. We did convoy security.
Okay.
So we did food, fuel, money, and mail. We delivered that all over the country to all the different bases. And we didn't deliver it. We were the convoy security for it. So we just protected them delivering stuff all over the country.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
Any interesting stories?
There's a lot of interesting stories.
Any of them you want to get into?
Well, one's a very funny story. I guess the insurgents or whatever, the bad guys, they put a bunch of oil in the road. And I was in the ASV. I don't know if a lot of people don't know what ASV is.
What is it?
It's basically a tank with wheels.
Okay.
And we were hauling butt down Irish, and we hit the oil slick, started doing 360s. It was nuts. Yelling at everybody on the radio, stop.
Yeah, because you got a convoy of people coming behind you, and everybody's hauling just like you're
everybody's
hauling.
Balls, so it was pretty nuts. Finally, luckily it caught dry concrete when we were facing forward and
Okay.
not sideways, so we didn't flip or nothing. So that was kind of crazy. But I think it was the week before I was supposed to go and leave. We had a IED hit one of our mail trucks. And I tell you, it was, first you get mad.
Yeah.
Because you're about to go and leave. It's like, kill me when I get back. You know?
Right.
And then, you know, everything gets serious. And so we get out, pull security. The main part of the IED hit the mail truck. And, man, I'm dying if I'm lying here. I got out. They had a silhouette of where the driver was sitting.
Yeah.
That did not get hit.
Wow.
And it was a KBR, civilian driver.
Okay.
And he gets out and he's like, I'm done. I'm going home. This is a sign. And I'm looking at the door like, what the hell? Like, no way. But that was pretty nuts. And we got stuck there because you can't leave mail on the road.
Yeah.
So we had to wait for a wrecker to get there, and they had all kinds of people trying to get to the truck and fighting them off. It was
No, that stuff doesn't stop.
Yeah, and once they got there, and then we had some Apaches come and clear the roads for us, which was totally cool.
Totally cool, huh?
Finally got that truck back, but that was pretty crazy.
You got any other cool stories of air support? Calling in anything or?
I had to call in 9-line on a flip vehicle.
Okay.
That was, it was kind of cool, but not really.
No.
I got to call it in. That was why it was cool.
All right.
But, we did a lot of those, a lot of Blackwater missions.
Okay.
That you can't really talk about what they had in their trucks and stuff, but we helped them escort stuff through the country. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome. What about Afghanistan? What kind of stuff you did in Afghanistan? Same story, New Desert?
It was New Desert, different story. I was the head of an ECP.
Okay.
I was in charge of an ECP, an entry control point, where we had different entities of the deployment guys that would come out and they'd check IDs, check vehicles, and I was just kind of in charge of that, putting that together. And not too many crazy stories other than a girl trying to come in and she's like, "It's okay, y'all can search me." I'm like, "No, we can't," because that's just asking for an international incident.
Yeah. Wow. What about any cool training stories? I mean, you did 20 years. You had to fill some roles of training and the camaraderie of what you would build with other people before you deployed. Tell me a little bit about that. How'd you build your units and your camaraderie? What kind of stuff did y'all do?
Our units did because we were parachute riggers.
Okay.
So we pack parachutes. It's a sweatshop job. Like you go in, pack parachutes, go home.
Yeah.
So when you're getting ready for deployment, it's totally different. Like we actually made us do Army shit.
Yeah.
So we had to do like convoy live fires and stuff like that, and that was always pretty cool. Like because that would actually bring our guys that get to do something different.
And you actually be training with like the people you're about to deploy with, so you get a chance to build that camaraderie and all the other different stuff with them, to where it's
because you get your truck drivers with your TCs, with your gunners, and then you all kind of.
So how long does that workup period look like?
That for us it was 30 days.
Okay.
So, like, we did 30 days of that training before we left out. So,
that's cool.
I don't know what normal units, because we were parachute rigger units, so our stuff was just different. We didn't do, like, that stuff every day.
Yeah.
So,
that's cool. How many people were rigging parachutes? How many people were in your shop to rig parachutes? Is it just a handful of people, or?
It depends on where you're at. Like, at Fort Bragg, you'll have, like, 27 tables packing. Well, COSCOM, they had 27 tables in their shop, and you have a packer per table.
Yeah.
Plus, you had an IP for every 4 tables. Plus, you had a FI for every 4 tables, and plus, you had a section sergeant for every 8 tables. Like, because the checks and balances of a parachute.
Of course. No, I mean, I worked on aircrafts. There's checks and balances, and there's, a collateral duty inspector who comes behind you, and you're like, you need a big kid to come and look and make sure you did everything right. It's like, it's my job.
Gigs on all your stuff. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, but then I've worked in shops that was as small as 4 tables.
Okay.
Like at Fort Polk, there's only like 12 riggers there. So it depends on where you're at.
Did you always knew you'd do a 20-year career in the military? Or?
No, I was not doing 20 years. My plan was to do 4 years, get military experience, because everybody says, get military or college.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my college, I guess. And I was going to be a police officer or something. I don't know. But they promoted me really fast initially, And I was like, they got me. So I made E5 in 3 years, and then I stayed E5 for 10. Because the parachute rigger is really small, so once you hit a point, it's...
Yeah, you're more waiting for the people in front of you to retire so that you can get promoted. Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's 1,200 riggers in the whole Army.
Yeah.
That's not very many.
Yeah, not when you talk about the size of the Army. Yeah. Cool. So tell me a little bit about your childhood and why you wanted to join the military.
I grew up poor. Grew up in a trailer. I mean, we didn't have nothing. I wasn't going to college.
Yeah.
That wasn't happening. I don't know. It was a career path that looked like it was obtainable. So
Okay.
I like everybody else. I joined for God and country, but I joined for a paycheck too.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So I mean, it was an easier path for me because I wasn't going to go to college.
So tell me about your childhood and where you grew up and how school was and all that other different stuff.
I mean, I grew up in a trailer park, poor, whatever. Like, wasn't very good at school. Never was.
Played any sports?
Played football. That's why I passed school. No mention
Keep
school.
Keep your grades up enough to continue to play football. Got it.
The teachers made sure that you passed so
Yep.
you can play ball.
Yep.
I was very good at football, but, I mean, I wasn't good enough to get a fake scholarship. But
Yeah.
that was pretty good. I mean, made all district a couple years or whatever. But,
Awesome.
I was very athletic, very mechanically inclined, so the Army was just a fit for me.
That's cool. Huh. So, any final words of wisdom?
My words of wisdom to anybody out there thinking about joining the military: if college ain't for you, it's a very good choice. I mean, you can go really far and make it really high without being the smartest kid in the room per se.
Yeah.
It's a good life. I mean, you get to travel, you get to do things, you get to do stuff. You're 0.01% of
the population to begin with the fact of you being that elite person who joined it. I mean,
so you get to do. I mean, I can't complain. I did 20 years. I got a retirement check. They gave me some disability for my ailments, and I really can't complain. It's a good life.
It is a good
for
life.
somebody that just don't know what they want to do out there.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with me.
Yes, sir.
All right.
If you need more information on veterans benefits, please visit our website at VFWPost4224.org. That's Victor Foxtrot Whiskey, post4224.org. All of our contact information is in the description of the video. Please email us if you have any questions. We now have a moment of silent prayer for those still in the battle, for our departed comrades, for those missing in action, and for those held as prisoners of war.